It is the 30th day of July 2025. Came down here to Quincy and I'm now out on Squantum for my walk today because I wanted to get a bit of the ocean. So I was walking over there by Wollaston Beach. I'm back here now on Squantum Neck at Moswetuset Hummock. This actually was the location where the sachem or the chieftain of the Moswetuset tribe, which were a subsidiary of the general Wampanoag tribe. He had his summer dwellings on this little hummock here that I'm going to walk around now. And they lived here in the spring and the summer, as it says there, moves into the inland in the late fall and winter around the Blue Hills. This place has been occupied for 8,000 years, according to this anyway. Now the chieftain in this area, the sachem, when the pilgrims arrived south of here in present-day Plymouth in 1620, his name was Chickatawbut. There's a street over there in Adams Village, Dorchester, called Chickatawbut Street. He was the chieftain down here. They lived a subsistence lifestyle of scavenging, hunting, gathering, most importantly fishing, etc. So I'm going to just take a stroll up here now. It's only it's a little thing. And the good thing about it is these trees are shading me here, because otherwise it's very hot out there and I've been getting a bit too much sun. So I'll have a little bit of a respite from the heat here. I have walked up here before 2 or 3 times. It's a cool place to think that 400 years ago this was more or less the center of activity, with this sachem or chieftain, Chickatawbut. He would have held his gatherings, his functions and his hijinks and whatnot there. Now, we are about 50 feet above the surface of the ocean out there. The tide is in, or mostly in anyway. That would be sort of marshy if the tide was out. More than marshy, it would be almost solid. It is very peaceful. Obviously I'm the only one up here, but it's just off the road. Now this is described as a hummock, Hummock. For those who do not know what a hummock is, which I assume to be most people, because at one time I didn't know what a hummock was myself. A hummock is a small hill frequently overlooking marshes, and it's usually about 50 to 75 feet above every place else, and it sort of stands out like a sore thumb. The theory is it can be formed naturally in 3 different ways. Let's do a little bit of a walk in here to see what it's like on the inside. It can be formed from volcanic activity. Now, to the best of my knowledge, there's never been volcanic activity up here in this place, this area, so we can discount that possibility. See, it's a big enough place in here. Let me continue down here a bit more. Another way it can be formed is as part of glacial movements with ice flows, somewhat similar to the drumlins in Ireland and indeed in North America as well. That too is probably not the formation of this one, because the ice flow in the glacier 15,000 years ago went considerably distance more south from here, actually forming Long Island. That is a different story. The third theory with regards to these hummocks is that it actually grows up organically. So when I'm down here on the safety of the pathway down here, I will look back. Oh, down here again. Now you can see it's pretty high up there. It can be formed organically by trees, and the trees of course will grow and generate wood, timber, etc. They'll die and more trees will grow. And they will basically take the energy from the sunlight. That's the sun up there. It's nice and hot today. Sun is the same temperature every day though, but we only feel it different. Anyway, that would create material through photosynthesis, and over the course of millennia, which is a long time, it would gradually grow up and form what some people might call a hillock, but what is correctly in this area anyway, in North America, known as a hummock, Hummock. Now that's just a little bit of an oddity here as you go out onto Squantum. See how it's all marshy over there? I'll take a little bit of a walk out there. Marina Bay, those condominiums up there was built in the 80s. At the time they were very luxurious, etc. Alright, that is just part of my walk out today, and this is specifically for the 135 people or whatever is in my little group on Facebook. Thank you very much for being part of the group.